there's with those automations and everything I did now. Oh, Sean's here. I love that guy. Sean, look at this. Sean, I got it to work in 3 places. Now, a lot of the time, you can't get it to, you can't say where, you know, the video and the audio are going to, but I will tell you, if you do, you know, an internet treasure hunt, 3 places, and we couldn't really get it to work, 1, when we tried. So this is pretty hype. This is my awesome test where everybody gets to watch me work on automations. Sean, I want your opinion. Does this need any percussive tracks? I don't know. I don't think so. I didn't want it, but then, I don't know. I was listening to some stuff and, okay, I hate to be that guy, but like, it seems everyone else really wants to use percussive tracks for this kind of thing now. So, I don't know. Let me know if I should be quirky or if I should, you know, put percussion in here like a normal person with a normal song. Thank you, 6'7" Autism Atlas. Very cool. It does need things under it. Let me, that's what I was thinking. I know it needs more, but I don't think it's, you know, I guess percussive could be me hitting the keys, but I'm glad you agree because I value your opinion. Also, listen to these glides. We were messing around with the funny glide on the saw, but dude, listen to this. You're gonna like this, I hope. Yeah, okay, so, yeah, okay, here's what I had, here's what I started on for this section, that's a kind of punchier synth thing. It's quite at first, I just have it layered for enunciation, for accent, but, okay, so here's what we got here. I got this layer. It's not enough. It is enough. Like, okay, starting here for this part, I can either lengthen this part or I can leave it very soft and have it, you know, whatever. I mean, it's a little less than a third of the song, so it works as a part on its own starting here. But I definitely need something else before, especially like, okay, this part works on its own. The two, like, lo-fi electric piano driven things that are a little crushed are great, but like, I'll tell you what I need is I can't hear the bass really, and quite frankly, part of it might be the fact that I you know, am trying this, quite frankly, really sketchy setup for the first time, and I'm monitoring the input of an audio interface in another computer, monitoring another audio interface's monitor outputs from a different computer that are monitoring another thing. So it's you know, dude, analog digital lo-fi, dude. Oh my god, new recording technique. Just keep recording it to crush the fidelity, and it'll be really cool. And hashtag lo-fi. Like this, right? This bass needs to be probably way louder. What was that even? Can you swear on lives in places? Like what? To what extent can I do that? Does anybody know? Not that I would ever do that. So this bass is ridiculous right here. It's actually bass. It's actually, I need to set, hold on. I gotta set another MIDI binding for something. Okay, it's like actually just bass frequencies. It's ridiculous. Like, I'm sure 95% of the people in different places are watching on their phones. It's like, dude, good luck hearing this. It is really cool though. It does sound really good. Also, I have 4 random tracks that I might have started trying to put something on, but I'm not sure about this. Dude, at first I thought those were 2 unrelated statements. I am watching this on my phone. Also, this song kind of sucks, which would be really funny. If that is what you mean, don't tell me, because I'll cry, and I can't cry on live, but, you know. Yeah, no, so good luck hearing the bass I'm talking about. That's really awesome. Can you even hear the bass through the phone? If I'm soloing the bass in my microphone, I can imagine it's not helping too. I need to just actually be close to the microphone and lower the level and decompress it and de-S it, because it sucks. It's stupid. This is a stupid way to do it, what I'm doing right here. But it's like, there's no way. Absolutely no way. Yo, this live is awful. I'm just waiting to watch all of your equipment start on fire. Anyway, Sean, this should also be slightly encouraging. We can do what we wanted to do, what we wanted to plan on doing the other time. So that's awesome. At least theoretically, anyway. It's, you know, if we're not 2 hours behind this time, it'll work really well. 2 hours behind messing with cables and whatnot. Okay, here's the, let's explore. What are the other tracks I have here? Are they from something separate? Did I branch out to this project from something out? Yes. So, that's too like Blade Runner or OB synth, unbranded generic version, but oh, hold on. Why is it like yeah, that's not happening. Okay, what is this? Nope. That is a chorded channel, and I'm actually going to get rid of that. I'm cool, and I play chords with my fingies. What is this? It's a very interesting saw bass. Hmm. Also weirdly detuned. Okay. What if I don't use any of those and instead add another bass layer that makes sense? Let's see. I could start adding like growly 2010 Sonny Moore pre-Skrillex bass layers. That would be really funny, I think. Let's see what bass layers are right here. Yeah, that's pretty much what I said as a joke. Okay. About this one. Okay. Why is everything detuned weirdly? I think I must have been doing something real bizarre. No, no harmonics. Position spread, you gotta love it. It's going to be less dubsteppy soon, I promise. really funny attack can I get on this? What a fantastic bass patch right here, guys. I can't tell if the rate of this, the weird ass, the envelope for the one layer of the last bass that I edited, that I swear is in like the fractional hertz of being measured. It's like, I don't know if it matches the ambient delay types that I have going, or if it, you know, sounds horrible. It's definitely one or the other, though. I'm sorry, I just looked back here. Make louder. Okay, is it actually, am I too loud? Is the entire thing too quiet for you guys? So, like... Okay, that last part. I think I need better attack on this. Low key. Hello, Peter. How are you doing? Wait a minute, Sean. It kind of looks like you're here. I'm hoping you still are, because boy, do I have the thing for you. Okay, so low key, a good chunk of this was I took the stuff that you're using and you know, I made something very funny happen called. Remember when I told you to save those presets? I was like, yo, I got an idea for these. Yeah, so this is a couple of them, and the Wurlitzer, right, with the hammer attack. Again, talk about enunciation. I mean, that's too much, but like that right there. Okay. A little brighter. Just a little. With the second oscillator. And Zhao, where are you from that you're talking about? If you'd like to say. Oh, I see. Yeah, there's a lot going on. You too, thank you. The this weird bright plucky Wurlitzer patch thing that I have made sounds a lot like all of the like every keyboards and every DAW's like default. You know, they always call it like nylon guitar pluck or whatever. It's like that, but better. I usually they're usually one of the cooler like default effects, but they also it's the most usable or it sucks. But this sounds real good. I think it's just low key a better version. Sean, if you are still here, I would like your opinion. So this is you know, it's doing this. Two things I'd like to know. One, does that doubling the you know the harmonic part at the end work really well? Should I keep it like that? Should I move it to the same thing these layers are doing? Also, should it kind of double the harmony, or should it like you know do something funky different? Okay, see now that's picked up there. I think right here. Something funky. Yay. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Interesting texture. Okay, so and we both have said that, especially talking about layering and keys and synth parts. But I'm gonna be honest. There, no, me when I accidentally leave. I know it was on purpose. It's okay. You won't hurt my feelings. No, I. What was I? Oh, so we were talking about that the other day. Also talking about synth texture and layering. Dude, the reason I started saying that, unfortunately, is so, especially the people on specific platforms, you know, musically, the a couple of the biggest jokes, especially among guitarists recently, is you know your average Berkeley student or your Berkeley graduate. Um, oh my God, it's like the Berkeley rehearsal. Yes, interesting texture. That is our one goal. And then it's, you know, 4 billion comments that are like, oh my God, it sounds like all of you are practicing something different with noise canceling headphones on. Anyway, that's unfortunately inspired me to talk about synth textures and layering and why we have talked about that in terms of synth stuff. I just wanted you to know that was the reason. It's unfortunate, but it's you know that's the deal. Mm, okay. How funky do you have? a real good idea. I'm gonna collapse a lot of these. Like, okay. Also need to name them. I know I sent you earlier the live, like the everything, the rainbows and everything neatly. This does not look like that at all. I forgot about this thing. Okay, let me show you this. I probably just need to up the level in this. But in the half of the intro thing where I was saying I probably need to end up doing more interesting things. So let I have this part figured out. I need to mess with it though. Okay, so here's what the beginning's like without what I'm gonna show you, right? Here. Okay, that's where it really needs some of the bass enunciation. I don't know why I got rid of that part when it needs it the most, but the fluttery delay thing is very interesting. I also think with the MPE inversion automation stuff, the fluttering, it's like that's pretty cool. If I put it down, it's getting cold in here. I'm gonna have to close some windows soon. If I just lower it a little bit, then it might. That's the funky thing. Hopefully, it's very interesting. There, I mean, how much stuff is in this rack? Nuts and bolts. Oh, there's a lot going on here. The delay, the saturated, the hybrid reverb. Okay, but let me see it though, please. Okay, so you have the sampling, convolution, impulse response. Yo, 195%. Oh my god. What is the auto filter like? Hold on, I'm gonna mess with this. There's a 50-50 whether or not this is gonna be like, I just found the coolest thing ever, or it's like, ooh, this guy sucks. Let me, so I can be lazy. I'm in the wrong one. Oops. Okay, what is... Okay, so I need to access the wavetable. Turn this on. Keep them both down here. Oh. Oh. happening here. What is this? Okay. Instead, I'm just gonna need that part of the envelope. That's too much. Okay, that without the amp, without the intensity of all of the macros, that it was like, what if I get 4 amps and like limited at the end, but first I have like 4 different sampled hybrid reverbs? No thanks. No thanks. The saturator's kind of dope though, but let's drive. Yeah, I mean it just does what the amp does. Okay, it's quite literally another gain stage. I like it. Don't get me wrong. I just think it might be overkill, which I like a lot. But see, so this compared to this. Now, I'm gonna be able to use both of these. But here, hold on, when I go over here, I'm gonna do the same. Oh no, I'm gonna do the same. Don't need this either. Okay, now I'm gonna be able to use both these like this. I think I hope. It's unfortunate. Yes, there we go. That's what I was trying to. I'm gonna desaturate that low-key. Not something I do. Not something many people do. Okay. I might turn this off. That's unfortunate. What is the non-reverse sample of this? Hold on. I just want to hear what this is. Yo! Caleb. Hi, Caleb. I'm playing sample. This is samples of nuts and bolts being jingled around and whatnot. And you reverse them, snap them to stuff, and you can, like, make it the crackly thing. There are also a lot of other things going on in case you couldn't tell. So, it's this. I know it's very crunchy. I really like it. I think it's fantastic. Okay. Yeah, it's very nice actually. It's fantastic. I hope. It sounds really good so far. I'm trying to engineer the two of them together. You know? What? Oh. No, this doesn't make any sense. Something's happening here. See, I'm thinking it just needs a 1-2. Also, for anybody watching, oh, you got your Xiphos. You should do like a request to go live thing, and then start flashing your Xiphos. Dude, 9's an E standard is normal, kind of, relatively. I don't know. You might be right. They might be a weirdo. Because, like, okay, 10s on the E standard for the Strat. I got 9s for E standard on the Strandberg, and the short scale is 26.5. But don't forget all the blues guys are like, what if we use a 6 gauge? Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm with you. I completely understand. See, the thing is, obviously, I'm a little autistic about guitars, but, like, you need to have the tension, right? And I feel like 10s and E standard is the standard, especially for proper tension. People will use 10s on a Les Paul. Now, unfortunate, but that's fine, and it'll be kind of like 9.5s. 9.5s are actually pretty dope. Unfortunately, I can't have, fractional gauges. Something's wrong with me. So, hi, Mac. Yes, I do remember you. Mac, I could say your whole government name on the internet. That's how much I remember you, if you want. Mac, I remember you because, okay, for being the only guitarist I remembered that was, like, I knew in the place, I flamed you for, it was goated. I do remember math and stuff. I also remember worse stuff. Dude, I flamed you for always wanting a surf green Strat, but that is, like, my potentially number one. But also, yeah, Caleb, 9.5 is awesome. Let me tell you something real quick. McLean, okay? Look at this, hold on. Floydrose springs, okay? Chiseled out body, because you have to. The carved brass block. Now, I need people to know about this, because this is possibly my number one engineering feat. It's a horrible setup for anyone that doesn't know what it is. What's, like, a reasonable thing? I'm gonna break it. Nope, we're good. Okay. Check this out. I'm sorry for the noise. I'm around a lot of electronics. It's got the phase controls, okay? So, it's very funny. An independent volume for each of the 3 pickups. Okay? So, bridge volume, middle volume, and neck volume. That is very cool. I saw your funny violin playing. It's very nice. So it's a wah pedal. I think this is the way. It's not. That's not it either. That's not it either. Whatever. You should at least play classical. No, don't play classical guitar. It's too hard. You have a class with Dylan Brown tomorrow? That's incredibly funny, actually. What class do you have with him? Also, what I am is no. I'm on my second major, but I'm probably gonna change again. Don't tell anyone. So I'm not even gonna say what it is because it's gonna be done soon. But yeah, historical methods. Yeah, kind of low key. No, I do so because I have stayed. No, I was at School of Mines for a while. I am now at University of Wyoming, but I'm doing it from a distance because I am in state and I can get in-state tuition, and it costs like nothing, and then I don't have to physically go to school. The unfortunate part is I kind of have to physically go to school to be able to be sane, so we'll see. I will have to go back there anyway, because even if I don't change my major again, then I do have to, I'll have to go in person a bit just to make it not take 20 years. But I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, at this point, my general issues are kind of, I'm just waiting until I live with Alexa to be, oh, okay. I know you recall my horrible ailments and consistently having things wrong with me, but it's like I literally cannot live with roommates because I need to control every. I mean, okay, I don't live alone, but I'm the only one on the floor. But I need to be able to control the things, or else I get the funny stroke like migraines all the time. Anyway, yeah, it's complicated, but it's always complicated. Also, McLean, I'm the opposite of only having classical stuff. I keep getting less classical stuff now. I don't know. I need to make you look at what. Unfortunately, I think a frat house is the direct opposite of the environment that I need. I think that's. I think there's. If there's literally one thing that would make me have an actual stroke, it would be a frat house. So, you know. No, I'm not surprised you're in a frat. Not because of you or your personality, just your hair color. You're a blonde man. And that means you're in a frat. So, I hate the profile people, usually. It is an 8-string Strandberg. It's, you know what's really funny? Is for all of the stupid old guys that want to play Les Pauls, worst engineered instruments of all time, by the way. Anyone can fight me on this. I will go inch by inch. They don't even hand wire their reissues anymore. Very nice engineering. It has gone up in value. No other guitar model ever has. So, I mean, some have, but like practically. Anyway, it's for playing guitar and bass at the same time. I love my funny 8-string songs, but it's to play Charlie Hunter stuff, really. And also, hear me out on this, 8-string haters. If you have good hardware and can make it sound like a bass enough that it doesn't like bother you physically, it's fantastic for writing because A, it's a guitar. B, you got the bass strings. I keep it in E A E A D G B E to have the bass strings. Also, in terms of classical stuff, I'm not saying I'm ever going to publicly play any 8-string classical pieces. It's incredibly hard, especially because half of it has to be like arranged yourself. I've transposed a couple Bach piano pieces for the 8-string guitar. It sucks. Anyway, it's just an 8-course lute, right? With the 6 variable tonal courses and then 2 floating courses. Now, obviously, with the super thick strings, it's not like I'm tuning up to a, you know, see. Oh. I like LCD sound system. Yes. I really like their synth dudes the most, though. I also, okay, dance punk is pretty awesome. DJing is pretty cool. DJing is cool because most of those people are either like actual synth players or they, you know, do something else at least. Good DJing is cool. I should say that. Yeah, yeah, it's not. It is low key, low hanging fruit. Anytime I've had to actually been in charge of sound or lights and sound, it's just kind of like, bro, you literally tempo link everything if you can't do it yourself. You literally can like pitch wheel something if you don't like it yourself. And people are like, oh my god, the pitch bend up, dude, it's getting hype. And you're like, nah, it's easy. This is easier. It's really funny. Um, yeah, it is. It's really nice when you can match phrases because also with the hype thing, it's like, oh my god, the pitch bend up, bro. And it's it's incredibly funny how the actual primality of like simple rhythms to the point where it's actually just the beat. It's like, oh my god, dude, that's so hype, dude. It's pitch bending up and it's with the kick, and it's like you're just actually just straight letting only half notes fly at that point. It's very nice. What kind of so my question then is, have you done anything where you have to use your own controller? And if so, what controller do you have that you use for live? Other than Tech House and Throwbacks They Hate, dude, I would love. You got to have a good amount of really good throwbacks, right? Like you got to be in the frat house, and you're like, dude, guys, it's new wave time. Okay, we're playing an entire Naked Eyes album. It's gonna be awesome. Dude, Naked Eyes album, except you just run the entire track through a vocoder, and you're just like, just straight like holding E minor down, arpeggiate 3 octaves, random pattern, and I'm sure they'd eat it up. That's my tip to you. Next time, that's what you should try. Okay, Afro everything kind of always fucks because here's the thing, and I was joking about this when saying that you can accidentally introduce an Afro Cuban anything when you get into anything, right? An Afro Latin, like whether it's a beat, if it's a cadence, in something that you're gonna play on like a synth or keys, it always works. Also, you're kind of right though. You're kind of right though. Unfortunately, the UK has probably the best percentage of good music in terms of music they have put out. Garage music is also one of those things though where I feel like it's really good. Do not it's like you would think it's a joke if anyone else made it, but it's not, unfortunately. So I don't know. I feel like that's what you do at the beginning of the night, because if you start playing enough, mm-mm, mm-mm. But also that's real. I do like EDM stuff. I'm sure that you both could tell and knew when we were younger that I really liked Skrillex around, those times and later, like 2010 to 2015. I mean, obviously, okay, so the 2010 and 2012 stuff was like the big thing. Let me tell you though, okay, this is, yeah, I mean, I mostly play metal. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. I maybe mostly play metal. I mostly have played metal other than jazz stuff. I don't know. Metal doesn't make any money. It's really fun. It's the best to do live, in my opinion, unless you have a really good group. You can do like uh, shoegazy alternative thing. Like, okay, Sandhouse and Milo Korbensky, what are they, slacker indie? Two favorite bands at the moment, trust. But anyway, the Sonny Moore stuff, between being Sonny Moore in, was it From First to Last? What was his Screamo band? Between that and Skrillex, there's this song, I think it's called Mora, and then, what's the other one? I don't know. Dude. It's very different. It's very, I don't know what to call it. Mora by Sonny Moore, I think it's called. Again, there might be some other permutation of those four letters, but it's awesome. I love it. Jazz is great. Jazz is great because depending, it unfortunately really is like a bell curve of like playing random stuff, right? Like the opposite, it's the inverse of a bell curve working, because if you know like any theory, you can kind of be like, oh my god, no, it's the fucking third dominant, okay? Like, I know what I'm doing. And it's like, no, I didn't mean to play that note, actually. But it's really funny. It's incredibly funny. Yeah, dude, 251. So it's actually one thing I was doing with my buddy Sean is you do the 251 thing to make people do the 251 thing, but you do horrible things. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You just start talking about anything like mid-brow, and it's like, no, I meant to play that note, I swear. Okay, guys, I'm doing really well. This is my solo, and I'm soloing over your monkey brain chord where you only played 3 notes, and it's like, you can blame them. You can pretend like they're, horrible. Oh, I don't want to imagine sitting next to an actual jazz student. I think I don't know. That's unfortunate. Also, the unfortunate thing is jazz has made me the most money. Yeah, theory is brain rot. It actually is brain rot for most people. I feel like. Okay, that's the worst thing about mostly staying a guitarist is it is mostly math. I feel like people are just too lazy to actually like do the math though. I don't know. Dude, okay, fretted piano, lame. Get in there with 2 guitar slides on each hands, okay? Index finger and pinky. Get on there. Start playing the slide. Trust me. Trust me. I'm gonna be right back. I actually need to close some windows. It's getting chilly. I need to have my windows open. I need the cold consistently. It gets to a point where it's not optimal for everything running, especially with the fan. I need the fan. I need to cool the room. I need it like 40 degrees most of the time. Oh. No, my keyframes. Figure out this patch for real. Do I miss Great Falls? I don't know. I always miss things about. Okay, this place here, UW, is like my 15th school or something like that, right? Including universities and kindergartens and whatever. There are definitely things I miss a lot about a lot of places, but I also, quite frankly, probably I don't know. I will say I think Cheyenne is very similar to Great Falls in a lot of ways. I definitely miss, especially the outdoor stuff. I live there. I also do. I was actually thinking about it today. Dude, Cheyenne has like the least music stuff you could do with other people, especially. Okay, you can go to Fort Collins, Colorado, or Laramie, and it's pretty decent in Laramie for as small as it is, and it's really good in Fort Collins, obviously. But I'm also horribly lazy, and am still getting back into things from when my leg was broken. But it's also kind of the same as, like, in Great Falls, you have to drive anywhere to do anything, and at least it's closer here. I don't know. I always miss the people from Great Falls and what I did in Great Falls, because I always miss people from everywhere. I'm sure I would love Missoula bands. I'm going to say, though, okay, Ska Revival is a scam, and it's mostly not ska. It's just, like, dudes playing with shitty brass players. Come at me for that. Go ahead. But, I don't know. I'm a new ska hater, I have to be, unfortunately. See, it's kind of a controversial statement, but it's very true. Also, Swedish death metal is very funny. Unfortunately, I'm in with the Norwegians and the Finnish secondarily, so even though I'm mostly Swedish, I'm kind of a fake, honestly. I hate to say this. I'm okay. Now this is a controversial statement. Sublime was the worst ska development past the 60s. They are also kind of barely ska. It's just like, bro, what if the Red Hot Chili Peppers didn't know how to play their instruments? There we go. That's kind of Sublime. It's like, okay, what if we had like slightly more annoyingly mastered songs and like we kind of didn't know how to do vocals? I don't know. I'm low key. It is frat ska's actually. You might be onto something. New sub genre alert, guys. It's frat ska, and it's Sublime and Sublime derivatives that sponsor posts on Instagram. I do it too. I'm not hating on people. I'm just saying that's the subgenre. That's it. That's all I'm saying, guys. I'm not hating on anybody there. Actually, okay, guys, drop your ska bands in the chats all over on every platform. I can guarantee I will like it more than Sublime, unfortunately. Okay, I'm trying to figure out if. Oh my god. I'm trying to figure out if this part actually makes sense or not. What's next? Mac, do you have perfect pitch? say about anything. Quite frankly. What is happening here? Let's see. No, that's way too overpowering. Hold on, I gotta... Okay, so I was burning incense in here earlier, and every time the radiator comes on, it just gets way too intense. It's actually kind of insane. No, hold on. That's what I'm gonna do here. The second one. I don't want that. Okay, the issue is the sample. I'm gonna be honest. At this point, I think the issue is the sample. I'm just trying to see if progression will fit here, because I know I'm gonna invert these two, because otherwise it's the same goddamn thing all the way through. And the issue with this is it's, I think, supposed to be this. Does that even make sense? Okay. We might need to do something bad with the sample. Great. Which one did I want to? Okay, so I need less attack on this for sure. Probably on the subtone. If I do this. How's this, McLean? Do you like this? There. That's what I was thinking. Now okay, that needs more attack. What was I thinking? What? I'm gonna keep both of those on. Where is this? If I can mess with this weird parallel, I might do a weird serial kind of thing. Then the soft attack might work well. Okay, what do I do here? I think I'm gonna do this. Bro, over. Yeah. So I... Hold on, let me... What does this sound like? I'm gonna have to glide between them. No, relative major is for wanting to sound smart. Relative major is not, you don't put anything in the relative major when it's ambient. You might put something in like the Locrian or something though. That's what you do. That's what you do. I think. You want it to sound good. Clear tone piano. So that is what okay, so this is what I'm working with. Like, see, I need something with I need something with clarity, right? But so I need to figure out what to do with this earlier. All right, this isn't clear tone. This is like a weird driven. This is a Wurlitzer patch I made that sounds like the default plucky nylon guitar thing on a lot of things. But yes, playing high slowly. So here's what I have. It's mixed with another thing here. Right. Now, alone. I chose the worst part to do that. Okay, anyway, so I'm kind of using that where your clear tone idea is, because I'm also, here's what I was doing. I was trying to figure out, I might need more of the second oscillator, and that would put it up in a higher register, right? See, here's the second oscillator turn up. So I'm kind of with you. I just haven't gotten that far because I've been taking a long time. Anyway, yeah, this is incredibly C418 coded. This one right here, I mean, he's probably actually used this before, but yeah. Anyway, so that's probably where I'm gonna go with that in terms of getting clarity. They do. It's unfortunately true. Anyway, this part right here. So I don't know how I feel about what I did, because there's part of me that's like, I think I just kind of want to like it. I think this part right here is very like Deadmau5, but making the Polar soundtrack when he did, what's the one they're playing in the cabin that doesn't have a lot of percussion and doesn't have the plucked, it's not a drone, because I think he plays like half notes, but that's a drone to me. I don't know. Now I'm having second thoughts on the delayed attack. But I think I just want to... Just on this one, though. Right? Okay, let me... What? Hold on. No shot. No shot. There we go. That's actually not what I wanted. Ooh, okay. I might, what would I sound like if I glide them like I said I was gonna do? Probably horrible? No, I'm not a music major. That is not, so I will say that's what I'm considering. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get actually for real right now. McLean, I have not been mentally well for at least 4 years, okay? And I cannot make myself happy with anything I do except for music. So I would do instrument design because that's obviously no one no one does the funny make a wah pedal. I forgot how it works because it's way too late. But I love instrument design and the engineering of instruments. I think that's one of the only things I realize I literally can barely do school, and I genuinely need something that motivates me more. And what I'm thinking is, so UW is still incredibly cheap. I am horrible at doing school at this point in time. Like, I genuinely can't. But even if I don't keep the scholarships, and which I'm not going to, and have the shit ass GPA, once I live with Alexa and we can live in Laramie, I'm honestly probably going to switch to music because I kind of feel like I need to. Otherwise, I'm just going to not. I'm probably just going to drop out for the second time, low key. I mean, the first time was like technically I dropped out, but like I kind of transferred, but it was technically dropped. Anyway, yeah, I might. I'll let you know if I do, because I'm probably, I mean, okay, low key, once I live with Alexa, where I'm going to force her to go up to Montana because I will finally be probably in a place where I have enough time to go on actual trips and not just trips to see her. So I'll let you know. Oh my god. But yeah, it's low-key probable, but I didn't say that. I wouldn't ever quote myself on anything I said I would do. Yeah, okay, see, I'm gonna be honest, part of it is, I don't, you knew me in high school, even if it's just mostly freshman year of high school that you saw me, but if I do not, it's like I have developed some sort of weird thing where I genuinely have a mental block if I'm not motivated past like a certain threshold, and I like genuinely cannot give. I can't swear on TikTok live, bro. That was a close one. I almost got banned. I don't know, but I like genuinely am incapable of caring about a bunch of things. Unfortunately, like there's something genuinely wrong with me, but that's part of what I thought. It was like, dude, even if literally just having a degree is something that I obviously have wanted to do, I do actually need to do it. But like I said, I wouldn't quote myself on anything I say I'll do because I probably will. It just also might take time. Also, like I said, it's already going to take like a billion years to get a degree. I might like just keep. I mean, okay, so half the stuff I'm doing right now is languages. Also, not my major. Try to guess my major. You're never going to. But like, okay, I'm taking Arapaho language and French also at the same time now, which sucks. But yeah, at this point I'm half doing languages. I'm doing a bunch of other stuff and English. Yeah, forgot about that one. But it's kind of no, not English. I'm not an English major. No one will ever guess. Not linguistics. I probably should be. I could be an anthropologist. Actually, my minor is philosophy, and I am in an anthropology and two language classes, so I probably should be like an anthropologist or a linguist. I also think it's interesting. But no, you're never going to guess it. I'm not going to say it because it's funny because no one will ever guess it. See, okay, I completely stopped wanting to do anything math related also because of the motivation thing. Here's my thing. I'm at work doing like by hand equations for the functions of, you know, if you have the same power amp with the amount of total harmonic distortion that it has outputting through this speaker, and then you change the load into a different speaker and you're switching between parallel and series, what, you know, at the same distance from a rear reflective surface, you know, whatever, Anyway, I'm doing this because people want to know about, like, you know, how would actual loudness compare. But I can't. I just dude, I cannot do classes. I cannot do it. Like, I don't know what it is. But it's horrible. I don't know. Nah. Anyway, it's fun to me. I can maybe show you something I did, but it's an SHS guitar where essentially, in essence, you introduce two of the coils, the middle coils, via switching, very complicated switching, but you do, and what you have is a series parallel switch for every connection between coils, right? And I got it down to essentially 7 switches, including splits and series and tone switches, because tone switches are cool. I want you to know about that. I'm going to build the SHS guitar soon. Unfortunately, this paycheck was all spent on new interface, which, by the way, funny text. I just want you to know, not communications. It's really funny. No one's ever going to be able to guess it. Anyway, 16 inputs, 14 outputs, I think, something like that. And I got it really cheap, actually. It's just a Tascam. It's the previous generation Tascam, and you can get them for around $100. The issue is they're heavy and big, and you have to ship them. But separate phantom power for 1 to 4 and 5 to 8 inputs. And then on the front, 2 line switchable instrument impedance inputs. Obviously, gain controls for everything that's not a line input. So, yeah. Mac, if you like music technology, let me tell you about my horrible signal chain that I'm using for this, okay? So, my phone is the camera. I'm on 3 different, services, platforms. And that's going into one thing, that's going into another thing on my computer, and that other thing is OBS. And in terms of this, I use this stuff live. Controller, not synth, not keyboard, going into a USB hub. I also obviously have it, I mean, it's literally just not plugged into the MIDI in to my interface, okay? Obviously, sustain pedal, it's very great to have things on the ground. Guitar is going into the modeler, which is going into the interface via XLR cable, because balanced is awesome. Microphone going interface with balanced cable. I also have a couple other microphones, for miking. Acoustic percussion, I will not say drum kits, because in this context it's like a jam-y thing, so like cajon and stomp box. And then you'd stomp box in line, and then cajon mic'd in XLR, that's balanced. I have a bass DI preamp, favorite pedal, by the way, guys, MXR Bass DI Plus. Get it? It'll fit in your case. It's really good. And so that's going in. I have a new desktop synth. I wanted to try Microkorg, the infamous and famous Microkorg. That's on the way. I have another week until it gets here. It sucks. But stereo into the line inputs on the back, obviously out to monitors, but also out stereo monitoring to another interface. I just have the gain set all the way down to equalize them, and then boom, instrument gain time. Ooh, you know what? Maybe that is why it was quieter earlier, because I didn't have the instrument gain on. Now it's as loud as it's supposed to be. I think, let me check this. It's not even close to peaking. Okay. Should have given people a warning, probably. Sorry, but now it's loud enough. Anyway, also monitoring out here and elsewhere. I'm input monitoring into that computer with the video, and it's consolidated. There you go. Anyway, but also comp major. See, okay. Oh, composition. Because I went to School of Mines first, I was thinking computer science. I probably would. I feel like I get along with people well, mostly. Anyway, also in real life, the bass DI that is as the preamp is also going to 1x15 2500 watt powered PA speaker with a tweeter. Alto TS415, one of my favorite pieces of gear. The guitar modeler is also going out separately to 2 amps. It's in front of a hybrid tube head into a 1x12 and into the effects loop of my 100-watt big boy head into 4x12. And I have used my pedal board for that. And then you have the monitors monitoring just the drums and the controller that controls the arpeggiations, the bass, and those are usually looped. And then my buddy Sean is playing the keys. I'll do this with. He will use a USB out of just a keyboard, just 49 key keyboard, to use as a MIDI instrument, and then uses the controller to control things. It's really crazy how that goes. Anyway, so there's that stuff. What else? That's being monitored. The digital instruments are being monitored. Anyway, okay, well, that's fine. Yeah, music technology and music composition are very different things. TBF. I'm more of a music technology guy than a composition guy, but unfortunately I have to know music composition to be better than the other music technology guys. Also, especially doing mostly heavy music work, metal, hardcore, punk, whatever, is like, listen, I love you guys. You don't know a single goddamn thing about music, to the point it's kind of tiring. But like, you know, do I like beer? No. Speaking of hardcore, straight edge, but like also because again, due to mental thing. Okay, so you remember Vita and whatnot, and being like unwillingly eating pot brownies we didn't know were pot brownies and whatnot in middle school. Bro, I don't generally have good reactions to being inebriated in literally any sense. It's horrible. Fiddle music I do really like though, and here's the difference though. I just, okay, I'm not annoying. I just don't drink for, was that not we? Okay, well that tells you all about that experience. If I thought it was us, I mean, I don't know. Anyway, fiddle music I love. I would start drinking beer if there's fiddle music. I just don't want to be inebriated if that's the activity. Okay, there, ska I put into a group with 2 other genres, okay, and that's going to be jam bands in like the Grateful Dead and Fish kind of. There are jam bands where it's a band that's jamming, and that's fine. But jam bands in pop country, also kind of like ska, low key. I'm pretty sure the point of that music is just to have something playing while you are consuming some sort of substance, and I cannot respect those genres musically anyway. So I just wanted to put that out there. I take every chance I get to talk about that. I've never seen someone go to a pop country show or festival and not be consistently drinking and like it. Same thing with jam bands and multiple types of psychedelics. See, okay, it's fine. If you're self-aware about it, it's okay. It's so great. Let me show you something real quick, actually. I think this is really cool. Okay. Takehouse for you that's valid. For me, I just get a little bit sadder and listen to either like old emo stuff or like also shoegaze-y emo, but like emotive, not like emo like screamo. Like people are lame about emo. Anyway, like non-Midwest emo. So Trey Anastasio from Fish has this really nice, what do you call it? Paul Languedoc guitar. This is cooler. This is a Firefly. I got it for $250. Neck through 3. Oh, this is rough. Mahogany with a maple stripe. Or is it Purple Heart? Which one is it? No, there's Purple Heart elsewhere. Mahogany with a maple stripe. Not modern baseball, but pretty much. Locking tuners. Bone nut. Look at that headstock construction. Better than a Gibson. Thin line, full hollow body. I put these lipstick humbuckers in there. I changed out a little bit. Look at this matching tailpiece and bridge, by the way, that are like, they're real old rosewood. It's roasted. I also added these funky knobs. Push-pulls for coil split, obviously. Why wouldn't you? Tone, volume, splitting. But most importantly, 25.5-inch scale length, 24 frets, fun inlays, etc., etc., etc. So this is the jazz box, but it's totally not. It is. You're correct. You know what's really funny is I'm pretty sure we talked about mom jeans and modern baseball when we were in middle school, which is a very long time ago. Anyway, so speaking of fish, I don't like fish actually. I'm fine with Trey Anastasio as a guitarist. I'm not a big fan of him musically. I'm like neutral, but this guitar is awesome. Also, McLean, I have like 20 something string instruments. It's horrible. I do really like them all. 2 of them are violins, just for you. Kind of want to get an acoustic electric violin, just because. But yeah. Anyway, also my girlfriend Alexa, who I've dated, since like 4 years ago, was a cellist and a bassist, and that's the reason that I played stand-up bass and some stuff. I don't have my own either. Bro, electric violin purists are the same people that will say they don't understand about music technology and then say not to get it. I will hate on non-electric violin purists because it is incredibly useful and it's really good for recording actual parts. Trust me. Although, to be fair, here's my issue. Electric violin recorded with a pickup is a lot easier to sound good than getting a better constructed violin. Miking properly I'm fine with, but like deadass, a pickup is the right way to go. Not solely electric, though. I wouldn't do that. I would do acoustic electric. The 2 violins I have, one is just like, I think it's a 3/4 Stradivarius style, and the other is a full-size Stradivarius style of some sort. I honestly don't remember. It's, and honestly, it's okay to be the embodiment of a snooty classical violinist. Because, again, as mostly a music tech guy, I will hate on people for some things. It's like, just do what you gotta do, and that's what you gotta do. Okay, man, it's okay. Especially if you're doing more than a lot of people. I think it's fine. It'll be fine. But no, actually, for like in terms of recording a good sounding violin part, and then getting it on things, and then also the convenience of getting it to sound really good live, it's very nice. I'm gonna put this back. I do not need this because I'm just, bro, working on background synth parts. How did what occur? Why did you just... Thanks, McLean. Dude, I do not know what you're talking about occurring. Okay, what is the deal here? Okay, I'm back to thinking the delayed attack sounds awful. The brownie... Oh! Don't ask me. I mean, Oh... I don't know, man. Don't ask me about that person or that time or that anything. It's kind of insane, and I wonder that myself. But you also remember surrounding incidents. Why won't it let me slope it? There. No, it won't again. Why were you? I mean, I probably was. Dude, imagine grading out in Busby's math class and you get like 4 erasers clapped together and beamed at your head, dude. That would be one of the... honestly, no, that would be frightening. That would be horrible. Okay, let me group these. just don't even, actually, that's all I have to say. No kidding. It would be some bullshit indeed. Okay, so like as a middle schooler, you know, you're like being annoying and it's like whatever, you're just kind of being annoying to be funny. But I think there have been very few people in my life, and I'm gonna sound like an asshole when I say this, that I have felt like genuinely annoyed by when they were doing that. Right? Like actually, like oh my god. I'm remembering a lot of stuff from middle school too. It's unfortunate. There are a couple. Okay, that needs to attack beforehand. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this. How are we feeling about this, guys? Dude, I forgot about her until right now. Oh, what was her name? I forgot. I do think about consistently though how we convinced Mr. Anderson. No, don't. Okay, I thought you were talking about the student teacher. Yeah, no, that was unfortunate. Okay, that was like a blight on my judgment skills. That was a lesson. No, I forgot that we convinced Mr. Anderson to call me, was it Big Man? I think it was Big Man and not Big Guy, correct? It was incredibly funny. I'm really glad that you helped me convince him of that. No, don't. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, what is happening there? Is it the attack of the board layers? Hold on, let me turn my mic off while I do this. Dude, my freshman year English teacher on my close friends on Instagram, dude. Oh, Mr. Anderson, don't look at my Instagram story. That's insane, dude. I want you to know, because I think I started this in freshman year, that I'm still in my anti-Snapchat tirade, and I have in fact not re-downloaded it since then. I'm functioning as an adult. I swear I'm a well-adjusted person. I can't play the same part again, but I need to. It's not what I'm looking for, is it? No. Okay, so this is what I have this. Let me tell you something stupid. It kind of actually makes it easier because it does, because I'm a guitarist and now it's in E minor, but the song's in G minor. I have this transposed 3 steps, and I've been actually too lazy to just transpose it down 3 steps again, even though I just have to hit a button and dial back 3. So I've been playing it in E minor, and it's really weird. It's really weird. I need to think about what part I'm going to play here, though. Nope. Let me go down an octave, probably. invert that. No, that's wrong. I meant to do this. I did not mean to do that. I meant to do this. Well, I have to go to work at like 9. Yeah. Okay. It has been a fun trip down memory lane. I hope all goes well for you as well. I'll probably talk to you at some point. I'll probably talk to you when I inevitably switch to music as my major. Or before then. But have a good night. Have a good couple hours of sleep. And also good 8 a.m. class. Those kind of make me want to, do the words I can't say on TikTok. But good luck there. Bye-bye. Don't talk to me as a Torontan, though, please. I don't appreciate that. Here? I was here. Okay. This bar, probably, approximately. Alright, from over here. Now it needs 2 bars. That's not what I wanted. Has to F, even though it's literally not. Let me give it one of these, but invert it. I meant to go. this. Should be about good. in the layers I introduced. Okay. I'm gonna be honest, I think, not gonna lie, for what I was going for, this might not need much more. Might be wrong. I gotta compress it more. I know that. I obviously have to car mix it. The best, the most trusted. What does it sound like this? Just be something interesting going on in the DAW. Hope it's not. Okay, I am going to have to call it a night, and I test this tomorrow. I'm gonna see if it peaks then. But thank you, everybody, and I hope you have a good night. See y'all some other time. I might do a jammy thing Wednesday on here, but I'm not quite sure.